Dear devotees, as you can see for our Latvia Zoom this week, then we are broadcasting and inviting you from Latvia to come and be with us in Sri Govinda Farm, and your opportunity to ask questions to the inmates of the farm. Okay. So is this simultaneous translation? Yes, okay. So we all need to put our language to the correct language and our speakers to the speakers. Could somebody just say something?
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
Oh dear. Okay. Unfortunately, our speaker is working. All right. So we are asking our team here to sit within the camera. We do have a wide angle camera, but it's in Vila Govinda. They're using that. And so Pandita cannot be seen. Muktinathu cannot be seen. And Indulekha can be little bit seen. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, as our group are settling in, and you are already peacefully settled in and waiting for some Hare Katha, then let us begin, as we often do, with these 4 important verses of auspicious invocation and worship, Vandana. That is, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tang Sajiva Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratite Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So we are very happy to have you all with us. And Tungabhadra Devidas, your Tomsk also with us. Ekadashi Didi of Tomsk also here. So happily with lots of devotees from around the world as well as Latvia. Now your Latvian representatives, as far as I understand, are actually up in the sky just now. Means Suresh Krishna and family. And family, they're up in the sky on their way, and Giriraj are on their way back to Latvia as we speak. But Suresh said, please continue. So we are here happily to continue with you. So as I think all of you here know, we are in Govinda Farm in the north of Thailand. We've been holding what was meant to be a 10-day festival, but was basically a 2-week festival of the first beginning of Kartik up to Srila Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja, and then continuing until today, basically. And it's a happy opportunity for devotees to come together. And in Latvia, then you have these festivals, also international, where devotees come together each year. Already 3 years you've held a summer festival near Rezegne, and you know the joy and the natural nourishment of each other with the association of each other, the routine of the regular programs, etc., getting into good habits from the beginning of the day right through to the end of the day. getting into good habits for us to keep when we leave from the temple, when we go home. They're not habits only for while we are, at a retreat or at a gathering, but they're there so that we can all get nourishment day by day. So anyway, quite likely you've seen various programs, discourses, whatever have been taking place here through Facebook, Instagram, other ways. And we have Induleka here, Shyama Priya, others who have been videoing and posting to the media. But this is an opportunity for you to not just be a witness, like to see what's happening, but for you to ask the devotees here. And they are all prepared to answer your difficult questions and any other questions you may. But they're all here by sitting in front of the camera. They all have something in their pocket to share. So first we can say priority to Latvia. It's your Zoom. We are coming there, and we can't get into Suresh Krishna's flat because we don't have the key. But we are with Udaran Prabhu and Lavanyamoi Devidasi. And who else Yuvati, just nearby, up in Estonia. And all the other devotees, you're nearby somewhere. Dadu Krishna Prabhu is in Moscow, nearby. But actually in Latvia, we've got Udaran Prabhu and Lavanyamoi and Harigopal Prabhu, heroic translator. I hope you're doing a perfect job, Harigopal Prabhu. And it's all appreciated. So from Latvia, any question for the team over here?
I have one question, Maharaj, but should I speak English or I can speak Russian?
If you speak English, it's good because then we'll hear it straight away in English.
Okay, I will try to express what I want to say. Basically, Srila Saraswati Thakur, he told that everything is in this world except Krishna Katha. So we're just missing Krishna Katha, but that was like 100 years ago. Right now, so we've got a lot of books, a lot of video records of Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and also we have usual Zooms meeting and etc. So basically, we can surround ourselves by Harikatha. But you are all gathered there in Govinda farm, and at the same time, we also can make nowadays we can make seva even through the internet. We just don't need to be like there. So what is so special just to gather together? Why we cannot surround ourselves by books, by videos, audios, and just to live in this Harikatha and make seva from a distance? This is a question
Right.
for everyone.
It is a question for everyone, and also very relevant. And I'm not going to answer, but I'm happy to answer because we want everybody here to participate. And it's been a festival of trying to draw answers and trying to draw from the hearts of devotees. So we could come to who is sitting nearest to me, which is Leela Moy Prabhu. Dangerous to sit near to me. Yeah. And we can ask him, and he can speak in Portuguese or in English, but he will choose English.
So, Nanda Pranams, all of you. One thing that I can say that I think is the human nature to easy things, we take it for granted. And we have the internet, we have all this facility around us, and sometimes we take it for granted because it's too easy. We can say like that. But we have to fight against this this human side of us as taking for granted easy things. And if we dive deep into these easy things, it's going to be more and more beneficial for us. And it's really, we have so many things to do for seva. We have so many things to nourish ourselves. And we really should think about this, that not take it for granted, all these opportunities that we have around us. And even through the internet, the interaction in person is a bit different because all this association with the devotees in person is very different on the internet,
including the one.
because we have the opportunity to know each other, to open our mind in confidence, to share our thoughts, to share our feelings, and really learn. Have to learn. Learn is a really good thing for us. We have to learn from everybody. We have everybody has something inside that it's a good thing, and we should see these good things and trying to learn from each other. And this association in person, big festivals and everything gives the opportunity to share, to really have a close relationship with each other. And the internet, it's very nice also. We have all the Zooms, and it's getting more and more in our daily routine, the Zoom. And I think that's it. I think we shouldn't take it for granted, all these opportunities, and should grab and do it our best.
Okay, we're actually getting some microphones to come, the long ones. I wasn't expecting that we're going to be all together with you today, so we set up quickly. But we are going to ask Paramananda Prabhu also to give some feedback on this subject. But I'll need to, for this, we need to move the computer close to him.
Oh, I can come, Maharaj. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, well, we did a little bit, what was it? What was it called? Conclusion for the festival. And we're also advertising the next festival at the same time. And devotees were sharing so many things. And amongst most important experiences, we pointed out wonderful kirtan. When we are together and our hearts resonating, it's an unbelievable experience. And everybody was absolutely stunned by the kirtans we had this time, and actually in the past as well. And that will be difficult to do even with the best modern technology through Zooms or any other means. And the second thing devotees pointed out, the prasadam, how wonderful was the prasadam, and everybody talked about the feast that the team headed by Saraswati Didi cooked, and it was absolutely divine. And what to speak about devotees mingling with each other during the day, opening their hearts and giving gifts, receiving gifts, and that means not just the and that also includes the gifts itself, manifested gifts, and also the gifts of the heart. That wouldn't be possible by Zoom, or again, any other means of modern technology. Maybe in the future it will be possible. We can transform ourselves to any part of the world to join the program, like physically transform ourselves. But it is not happening yet. So till that happens, I would highly recommend everyone to get together and have a festival, actual association with each other. That would be very good.
Indulekha Redanasi, please come in.
धन्यवाद. Wow. Oh, you with me? Well, Udaran Prabhu, when we started talking about the lack of Krishna Katha, and how now we have so many books and so much, with so many resources online and otherwise. This image came into my mind. We all heard about this saying that there is a light bulb, but it only will shine if there is electricity. So there are activities, but that devotional activities that we do, but they only shine if we put our devotion into it. So in my mind, I saw this image of like piles and piles of light bulbs that we all have. And when we are alone, we can take like one light bulb and start spinning petals, and electricity will begin generating and start shining. But that's like only one light bulb that we do by ourselves. But when we come together with devotees, it's like everybody brings their light bulbs. Some are like wrapped in fairy lights, and some have like weird, strange light bulbs, and some are like huge projectors, like and it's all blinding almost, you know. And we all come together, and the darkness dissipates because of so many light bulbs and so much electricity. And sometimes when you're with devotees, you get shocked by that electricity because it's active. It's not only coming from you, but it's also coming from them. So I guess electricity is what you get when you get together on festivals.
And I don't think we would have heard that example if we were only digital. Somehow that came out. So we're just switching microphones and hoping it's going to work. So give me 1 second. So click microphone. Oh no. Okay, well. Well, dear devotees, just give it 1 second. Sound. Oh, US audio divine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita. Okay. Radha Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Okay, so we've got microphones, and hello, I'm also, and so we have Keshavananda Prabhu here in the back, and he is now wired. We have a wired Keshavananda to shed some light on the matter too.
Dandavat, tutti devotee, all over the place, all over Latvia and far-flung reaches of the universe. My Dandavat Pranam. And well, that was wonderful from Indulekha, did he? You know, we come back to the same things again and again. Gurudev saying this spiritual life is a heart transaction. It's about heart. It's about relationship. It's about wonderful things. And if you love someone, you want to be with them. If you know, you've got a husband or a wife or children or a friend, you can see them on Zoom, which is definitely better than nothing, but how nice to see them and hug them and take prasadam and be together, this sankirtan, this all-together kirtan, all-together kirtan, all-together process, all-together we're going along under the cooling shade of the lotus feet of our guardians and their great gift to us, which is each other. You know, one of their greatest gifts, we can say in many ways, amongst so many great gifts, is our brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, nephews, nieces, our whole devotional family. And one of the most wonderful things about the festivals is seeing the interactions between the devotees and the affectionate concern. And, you know, everybody's got their own life. Everybody's got their own challenges. Everybody is coming from their own background. We're not all the same. We are so many individuals, and seeing the care, the affectionate care and concern and support and all these wonderful things, all these wonderful heart transactions, heart interactions, heart substance is so wonderful. So, you know, we appreciate all these things that we can utilize in the service of the sweet absolute and the service of our guardians, to try to churn and to discuss and to disseminate and to distribute what we can. But really, there's nothing that comes close to actually being together, singing together, taking prasadam together, serving together. And it's also important because it presents us with opportunities that we're not going to get just sat in our rooms surrounded by books. We're going to be challenged. We're going to be, we're in the real heart world, which moves like crooked like a snake, and being with the devotees, it will help to modify us quicker than anything. Actually, it's a together thing. We have our private practice. We get up early in the morning and we chant our japa. We have quiet, reflective time. But the rest of the time, it's so good to be together. And we know that this is the kind of sacrifice that Srila Madhusudan Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj and all our guardians show us, is that they are so generous with their time, first and foremost. Srila Govinda Maharaj from the early morning, really and through until later in the evening. Sometimes the door would be closed and he may take a rest or this or that, but for the and then traveling all over the world and arriving in far-flung corners of the world after long trips from India, and almost immediately being available for the devotees to come and see him and ask their questions, just be with him. So anyway, what can we say? There's nothing like it. It's a divine love affair, and we want to be with our family and our loved ones as we can. We all need a little bit of a personal time too, no doubt. But really, the growth and the progress is to be made together. There's no question. We're all helping each other. we're all in this together, and we're all carrying wealth. That we were reading the other day or hearing something, that when one person's down, somebody's helping them, and then on another day that person will have some problem or some crisis, and they'll be carried by someone else, and in this way we go along, and there's great strength in that to help us through whatever we encounter in our lives. So it's a great blessing. And in the meantime, when we are far away and there's no temple close by or no devotees, and of course it's wonderful. We have these wonderful tools. They are wonderful, but there's nothing quite like coming together at a festival or in the temple. If we travel to Villa Govinda or to London or to Thailand, wherever it may be, to Tomsk, then we're feeling so much more inspiration, because of our hearts are nourished in this 3D world, not just in the digital world of the brain and the sort of the ether. Anyway, that's my feeling. It was a very wonderful festival, and we're looking forward. We've been discussing the Baltic Festival 2026, which is not far away and which is growing and growing and growing. And everyone excited for that. And Suresh Prabhu extending invitations to all and sundry. So we will see how it will be in Janapole Dham this year. Maybe we'll need some big tents and outside showers, and then we can have a wonderful festival there again. And we know people are changed by it. We're remembering last year in Janapole, those different individuals who came and in the beginning a little bemused by what is happening here. And then by the end, they're giving us hugs and saying, oh, it was the best thing ever. And we've never met people. Just wonderful. And that's hard to achieve that level of intimacy just through a computer, really. So all are good, but we're thankful and we try and take opportunity when we can to come together. And it's very hot a show. Oh, I can't remember. It's Latvian. I don't know what Latvian is. I can only say Paldies in Latvian. That's it.
I can add a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Just just reminded us that when we're coming to see Srila Govinda Maharaj, and we got to see him on his veranda, he would quite often, when he was able, he will get up and embrace a devotee. And that cannot be replaced with absolutely anything. That seemingly small, short, but infinitely sweet experience. Everyone remembers every single embrace by Srila Govinda Maharaj. And devotees embracing each other. There is a reason why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we know that word because it's so common, alingana. It's always mentioned there. As soon as devotees meeting with each other, they're embracing each other. And that enhances that heart connection. How? Don't ask me. It just accept the fact that it works. And another thing that is absolutely unthinkable not to have is greeting the devotees. Like literally accepting them when they are arriving, that union part, and also separation part. And that cannot be replaced by any of the modern technology or any distant messenger or any Zoom-like program. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
And direct service to the devotees too. I mean, just simple things of what does somebody need, this, that, and the other. Small interactions, they have a very valuable, more than a regular interaction, in the regular world. But I have to say that Udaran Prabhu also makes the point that the technology is amazing. And we really can be close over technology and literally lose ourselves in the screen sometimes when we have the full screen, and especially if we're talking to one group and we're in the corner, we're seated here in the corner and we've got the full screen and the devotees on the other side, wherever they may be, are seated in a full screen. This happened to me once in China, and the devotees, they're all in a distant place. But what I saw on the screen, and then a little bit when you in the environment, it was quite similar to what was in front of me. I was in a room, and so in front of me was a room, and I'm at the computer, and they are in a room on the other side. And really, I surprised myself that when we'd finished our Zoom talk and being together with the questions and answers, etc., I surprised myself when it was finished. I kind of looked up and I realized, oh, I'm not there in the same room. So the technology is amazing. And our generation, if anyone's left in the world of our generation, I mean, this is absolutely sci-fi, future, impossible to think it would actually ever happen. Where from the time of telephones with the coiled wire and the dial that you go round, with the dial, and if you want to call out of your own area, you have to call 0 to the operator, and you give them the number, and then do you want it express or ordinary? You have to pay more for the express, like this. So we are from that time, and then when we read George Orwell or some futuristic writer, they're giving some idea about what we're using now. They're thinking like this. But it really is amazing what we can do in our communication. And here we had one young boy, 1.5 years old, from Mauritius. He came with his parents, not alone. Anyway, he's from Mauritius. And I was surprised to see him just here nearby with the mobile phone talking to his friends in their like 1.5-year-old baby talk. I was surprised what kind of conversation was going on. And that's a 1.5-year-old child to his friends at home in Mauritius. And you could see, I mean, his heart is all joyful instead of being around us, all us old people, and the little kid's heart. And our heart is joyful being with devotees. So, I mean, Udaran Prabhu makes a point that really we've got a wonderful opportunity as we are utilizing, as you are utilizing here, to regularly come together. But I can't answer necessarily all the, the why. Why does something feel good? Analyze it. Why is something beautiful? We analyze it. But I think we can say that any devotee, or every devotee, I know there'll be an exception somewhere, but every devotee who comes together, they can say, well, I don't know why, but it's wonderful, to meet the devotees. And we were mentioning sometimes when we arrive in another country, you have to wait at the airport. Just wait a short while as whoever's meeting us, if someone's meeting us, a little delayed in traffic or something. And if you stand at the arrivals when you arrive, and you just see the interaction between people arriving and those who are meeting them, there are some very heartwarming interactions. And especially I've seen old women, and I remember some particularly old women and young children, and you can guess that they're greeting their grandchildren that maybe they haven't seen for a long time, or maybe never saw, because now people live all over the world. And so much affection and tears and everything like this. And no doubt they have spoken over internet or WhatsApp or some way like this. No doubt they already, well, they know what they look like, because they both are running towards each other and embracing. So even in the mundane world, there is something extra in that direct association. And with the devotees, lots of things come out, because okay, there's a program between 3 and 4:30 or something, so there's an hour and a half of more or less as we are doing. But then when that's finished, the devotees are still together, and they're talking about things, discussing that, or devotees are talking about devotional things, because that's the rule of being in the ashram, really, that we keep the Krishna Katha, and we keep away from criticism and discussing the nature of others. And so we try to follow these things properly, and with each other there are also checks and balances, so that we all make sure that we all try to follow things nicely. So there's a lot of benefit with being with others. And even the chanting of japa in the morning, to try to get to some good habit, when we're in an environment where we can come together and chant japa before Mangalati, it's certainly helpful, and helps us to get into good habits. So yesterday we were still around 30 devotees here, so we said everybody shall come on this last morning that we'll be here for chanting japa 1 hour before Mangalati. And out of 30 we had maybe 28 or 1 or 2 left. But anyway, when we're together, it's an inspiration, some direct inspiration. But it's a good question, because we can be just absorbed also in the facility that's given by technology, but there is an added, there's a plus. That is all good, but there is this plus, personal side. And actually, Paramanand was the example of Alingana, the embrace. Keshavanand was saying about prasadam and about kirtan. It is really so. And chanting bhajans, chanting kirtan, because we want to, not because it's such and such evening, and we have to wait for all that to finish before we have prasadam or something. You know, it's like, because it's the happy thing to do, and that is also infectious. When you're with somebody who's an enthusiast in something, they can bring that enthusiasm to you. And we hear the example, maybe we already had a meal, but if you're with somebody who's an enthusiast about food and they start talking all about food, and then, you know, again, you start to feel hungry because they're giving you some description of the flavor, the fragrance, the texture, the combination of this and that. And then, oh, very wonderful. We do have Rasamai Pandita here. In the camera or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Dandava Pranam, everyone. Well, we've been reflecting on this most gorgeous festival here, and really, this is such a special festival. It's so sweet and such a high quality of pretty much everything. Association, kirtan, prasadam, setting, mood, guidance, direction, all of these things. And yesterday we were hearing from all the devotees about their particular experience of the festival, and it is so sweet because you get to hear from all these different devotees, and it's kind of like experiencing the festival through their filter, through their kind of perspective on things, and you know, their characteristic angle of appreciation. And one thing that I always find, I mean, it's so joyful, so nourishing to be here, so happy. But then also, I have to be honest, sometimes I am confronted with my own self, where I feel through the association of these wonderful Vaishnavas, I'm becoming more aware of my defects and things where I fall short. And really, that is through association. Through association, I can, you know, actual practical association, sometimes just spending a little time with a Vaishnava, doing something super insignificant, observing how they do things. It is teaching me something. It's helping me become aware of things that I'm not aware of when I spend time on my own. And they're helping me to improve and adjust and really come closer to what it is that our Srila Gurudev is teaching us. But I have many favorite things about this festival. Really, there are actually innumerable favorite things about this festival. But really, my most favorite one is where, you know, in between the programs, actually, we get the opportunity to spend quality time with devotees and actually go deeper in terms of our conversations and share our hearts in honesty, transparency, and sometimes vulnerability. And those are really interactions that I cherish deeply, because they show us that we're not alone. We're in it together, and we can share sometimes some of the things that we're dealing with, so that we can continue more strongly, and also maybe sometimes shed some things. And so really the ability to reveal one's heart in confidence And hearing others in confidence is a very precious thing. It's very important. And festivals like these allow for that. But it happens in between the programs, and it is actually not always part of the regular schedule. So can be done over Zoom, but actually I no, actually not.
Like you said, it's not a part of the official festival, but it's the natural, sweet, heartfelt occurrence.
Mm.
That is the major part of the festival at the same time.
Yeah. And to be seen, like darshan, right, is actually seeing, but also being seen, being seen, and therefore, and then through that guided and cared for, and in a recipient of affection. That's
And when you're with others all the time too, you don't know when those moments are going to be. It's not that you can like schedule in that moment of intimacy with others. It happens by natural, association, walking from here to there and just saying, "Oh, can you just give me a couple of minutes to clarify this?" These things, they come up in a natural flow with the devotees. So there are lots of aspects, but one, as I said before, one aspect is really, however we kind of analyze why it's good, we know it's good. And we want to share via the technology, the richness of that type of association for 99% of the devotees who live at home, who live in flats, who live with their parents or live with their family. And that's almost every devotee. Very, very, very few. Ask the temple managers around the world. There are very few actual full-time devotees who are engaged only in devotional activity within that temple environment. There are very few devotees in the world who are able to do that out of circumstance. But to share with everybody, because the festival is like charging the batteries, and this is a common feeling of the devotees who attend festivals, feel that the battery is charged so we can continue some more time at home and adjust also some practices that we do. And here's Aparajita Devi Rasi. She's our 1-year-old, looking a little older, but she's our 1-year-old Thai devotee. And she's very smart. She's got all sorts of degrees and things like this. By the way, okay, she doesn't like people to know that, but just to let you know, she's very qualified in the material world. And by physical association, she came to understand about Krishna consciousness through Muktinath, who's hiding behind me. There we are. Here's Muktinath on this side. So let us hear a couple of words from Aparajita Devi Dasi.
Dandavad, everyone. Yeah, the festival also very impactful for me. And about the question for this festival, I also met some devotees. I always met only by Zoom, like Vimal, Krishna, Prabhu, Srileka, Kukun, Didi. And yeah, for me, it's very special to be able to meet them in person, like to get close associate with them and also get opportunity to serve them. For me, yeah, and also when we live together for many days, we like, for me, especially for me, through living with the senior devotee is very like make me learning a lot. I get inspiration or how their mood, their like, and also in the aspect like human, like how they like, and also like to exchange like love and affection is very valuable things to me. Yeah, and very special to be able to serving everyone here, Joy, Kirtan, and yeah, all get so much inspiration from everyone. Yeah.
Right. Beautiful. And more devotees are arriving. They've been doing various things around and about in Chiang Mai. So we have more devotees here now to be with you. We're in the Latvia Zoom, but we're speaking on this side, English. It's being simultaneous translation to Russian. And Suresh Krishnavu, who is here with his family, he's been regularly gathering all the devotees together there in Latvia and arranges the programs there for the summer festivals and things. But he's in the sky just now. He's on his way home. So another chance for you all to participate in the festival by asking questions to the devotees. There's Jubati from Estonia waving. You probably recognize everybody here. Anindita Devidansi. And
I mean, I have a question.
I'm looking in, yeah, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Tunga Vidya Devidansi, Gunali Devidansi, and Muktinath behind me. Somebody else came just now? No? 3 of you came. 3 of you. Any question from anyone? Latvia? Yes, Yuvati, please share your voice and heart.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat Dirtimotis.
We can't hear you, or we can't hear you because is it our?
Not here. I don't know. My microphone is up.
Why can't we hear?
We can hear you, but yeah, Maharaj for some reason cannot hear you.
Ну,
what?
Я не знаю, что делать.
Oh, USB speaker.
So can you hear me now or not? Now?
Okay. Now we can hear. Now we can hear.
Okay. I'm glad. So once again, Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat Dear Devotees, I have such a question. I was walking recently outside and chanting my japa, and now it's like really beautiful time. Outside the nature is amazing. The leaves cold and the sun is shining. The wind is not blowing. So I noticed one moment that I'm chanting, but I'm involved in the surrounding nature, and I'm not really in my japa. So I was trying to concentrate on it, but I couldn't really. So. And I remember that we need to chant our japa like genuine cry, like the baby, how baby crying about and calling his mother. And but if I involved so much in the beauty of this material nature, even for a moment, so how can I be sincere in crying for the Lord's names? And I cannot understand in this connection how I can be really wanted to go like to go back Godhead. You see, so I just felt that I'm so materialistic here, so involving in this life, and I'm enjoying it. So how can I understand how I can receive like even a little sense of wanting to go there?
Okay, Yuvati. So I think many devotees can relate to your question, including ourselves, because we've been in very, very beautiful places in this world. I mean, stunningly beautiful, that you take out a camera and think you take a photograph. The photograph just doesn't do it justice. And as you say, the air, the temperature, the feeling, everything just comes together. And actually, Keshavananda is probably a good one to answer because he's been, yes, because going to, I'm thinking like some astounding place, the Himalayas. When we are traveling in the Himalaya and we're surrounded by high snow-peaked mountains, and then we've got the nature, we come around, it's almost like we're in a desert at one point, and then we come around a corner in the valley, and then we come to the forest area. And I mean, there are some very astoundingly beautiful places we go, and we are chanting. We are trying to chant with every step. This was our, not exactly vow, but what we tried to do. And so we are chanting. We're in the midst of beauty. And I can just briefly say my little part, because nature is wonderful everywhere. It doesn't matter what country. Where man has not made a mess, nature is wonderful. But it's a reflection of the beauty of the upper world. And we get beautiful descriptions of Goloka Vrindavan in Brahma Samhita, from Gurudev's mouth, from Guru Maharaj's mouth. And we can think that the beauty here, it is reminding us that beauty is the controller, and beauty is our home, Vrindavan. So anyway, that's a couple of words from me, but actually, I think Keshavananda was going to be the professional to give you an answer. Yeah. No pressure. But,
Jai Gurudev. Well, it's a very good meditation duty, Didi, to see when we're walking in the beautiful forests of Estonia to the beach. I took some lovely pictures on that walk. I have them on my phone of all the devotees and the golden light of the summer evening in Estonia, and sun is shining, you know, what Krishna says, what is it? Rasoham apsakunteya prabhasmi shashashuryo. I am the light of the sun and the moon on the first day of Kartik, especially that full moon is in the sky here, and you're just standing open-mouthed at its beauty and significance and so many things. So we've heard again Krishna saying, you know, all these things spring from but a spark of my splendor. It's just almost nothing compared with the actual heart beauty of the sweet absolute. So I think it's a good meditation when we're walking in nature and so many things, and it's a good practice. And it's a good practice because it's exactly the same mercy and sweetness and an affectionate drawing towards when it's not like that. When the sun is not shining, when the wind is blowing, when the hailstones are falling, and when my life is crumbling, also like that. That's my filter that says, no, it shouldn't be like this. It's got to be like this. I'm fine when it's like that, but if it's like that, no way, Jose, must be wrong. And Guru Maharaj and Rupa Goswami Mahaprabhu saying, no, we are in the midst of the waves of divine love, but we need to be molded and adjusted and changed. So if we can understand when we're looking at the sunset how beautiful it is, and we can feel some closeness, perhaps some little closeness to the divine, it's a good practice. That's always like that, actually. For the Krishna's giving special. He's impartial, but still he's drawn by the affection of his devotees. What to speak of our guardian? So like that, we can practice like that. The environment is my friend, and all these revolutionary things we hear. Every wave is favorable. So not only when the sun is shining. So this is the truth. And we are trying to practice that. And we're thanking God that we have each other and we have our family, and we're reminding each other, and everyone is drawing something from their reading and from their hearing and from their participating. And we are encouraging each other that we want to, and you know, Guru Maharaj saying, when we begin to see like that, then very quickly we're moving from the sunset of the flickering temporary world, and we're moving into the glorious sunrise of the permanent joyous divine world, which is very close to us. Actually, it's very close to us. It's only our own misconception which is getting in the way. So it's good. It's good to remember nature's very good. You know, it's as Krishna, you can say as Krishna made things, but still he's always there in every circumstance, and is coming to help, coming to refine, even against our, you know, we fight against that. We don't want that to happen. We are addicted to our prison house. It's all we know. So we're reluctant to leave the confines of the prison, because at least we know the routine in a prison. If we go out that door, we don't know what will happen. But Gurudev and Guru Maharaj tell us what will happen, that there's a divine wave of sweetness going on, and we have a part to play in that. That is our actual purpose and our actual destiny. We can just keep on going. And we do that through our association with each other. You know, it's the first, we've heard it, all these things a million times. The first principle spiritual life is Sadhu-sanga, to be with the devotees, whether it's virtually on a Zoom or in person, however we can make it happen, by that inspirational association, then we are in a very fortunate and hopeful position to keep that up.
I think the question, please do correct me, Yuvati Didi.
Oh, I could have got it wrong.
I think the question was, sometimes we're chanting our japa, chanting the holy names, and we're walking, we're distracted by the external beauty. What is the appropriate way of chanting the name? What is the appropriate attitude in that case? Is that correct, Yuvati? Yes.
You can
This is also a good point.
Yeah,
Yes.
as soon as you've got the microphone.
Huh? No, actually, this question is to Maharaj.
The question is to you all, because
to
it's
him,
our problem.
the Harinam is coming to a sincere newcomers. And
Anyhow, just to add on to that, because all of that absolutely on track, of course, but the point on the chanting of the japa is we should always chant japa. I mean, we should always be chanting, and this is your like japa walk, when you're out and you're chanting. And the one thing is you recognize that, oh, my mind is going from my calling the name of the Lord with that sincerity to his manifestation. And so you can bring it back. And so we are calling on Krishna's name, and the beauty is almost like the link to Krishna's land. We know you're there. I mean, we know you're there, my Lord. Praying that we can come, that you can glance and we can come back home, give you a gracious glance. So in general, many of us will find that when we are walking and chanting in nature, that we're going to be more attentive than if we're sitting in one place and chanting, where our mind also is going to go to other places, and it may not be going to the beauty of nature. So, you know, everywhere we have got some challenges, and our mind, it is a problem. But when we recognize that we are going in the wrong direction with our mind, or that we're getting too absorbed in the nature side than my actual chanting of japa, then we should try to bring it back to the chanting. But we should be chanting the holy names always. And the japa time is actually, the time of trying to give that specific focus only on the japa and not on the messages on the phone and the things which draw our mind in the material world. And so however is favorable to help us to chant our japa, we should try to do that. And many find that walking is definitely favorable, and especially when it's within the nature's environment. So continue happily. And if anyone knows the perfect place to chant japa, where your mind will never wander, please let us all know, because it is a big secret. Daugavpils, in case you're suggesting. And Daugavpils is that big river that flows through Daugavpils in eastern Ukraine, in eastern Latvia. And there's that big river, and it's amazing how that river just flows and flows and flows. Nature, Krishna, organizes everything perfectly. And Guru Maharaj, you may have heard me say this before, Guru Maharaj has told clearly with the exact words, nature has the upper hand. Nature has the upper hand. And nature works actually perfectly. And it is when we go to try to exploit nature that we are going to get so many reactions come back, because that is unnatural exploitation. We're meant to be dedicating units. We're meant to be using nature for the Lord. But in Daugavpils, you have that big river, and whether it's summer or winter, dry or any other season, a vast amount of water is gathered and flows there all the time. And similarly, we go places all over where there are small rivers, and in the dry season, they still flow with water. And they're giving water for the cows, water for the land, etc. And it really is amazing how nature works, even when we look at it one small aspect. And Daugavpils, at least, where we have walked and been in there, that big river is prominent, and you have to look at it and think, well, that's amazing. Hare Krishna. Anyway, dear devotees, would you like to, okay, I'm going to ask here, because it is Latvia Zoom, plus lots of devotees from all around with simultaneous Russian translation by Hari Gopal Prabhu, who is there in his flat where he holds regular programs. Well done, Hari Gopal Prabhu. Is there anything you'd like to share, to say? You can say in Russian or in English. If you say in Russian, he translates to English. Oh, yes. Gunali, she would like to say something by the looks of it. So we'll turn ours to Russian, so we'll catch up with the translation later, but everyone who knows English, keep it on English. Okay.
Ну, если говорить про фестиваль, это очень удивительный.
Well, when it comes to the festival, amazing,
Нереальный мир.
magical, unreal world.
Там он переводит, да?
Translating, yes? Okay.
So do we put it on Russian or English? Okay, so I'm turning to English. So
Говорить, да? Окей.
По очереди будем, по чуть-чуть.
Хорошо. Ну, я даже не знаю, как выразить свои чувства, как я сюда попала, и вообще, просто слов
I'm not
нет.
even sure how to describe my feelings and how I got here, and just no words.
Okay. No words are easy to translate, aren't they?
Правда. Ну, правда, нет слов, только вот какие-то ощущения в сердце, которые, ну, сложно передать словами. Это не
Yes, it's
передать,
true.
здесь
No
надо быть.
words, but I do have some feelings in the heart, which is just hard to describe.
Приезжайте в следующем году.
Please come here next year.
And actually, she was not here for the early part, for the first half of our gathering with you today. But actually, she's answered also Udaran Prabhu's early question about coming together, and it's somehow heart-warming, heart-awakening. So she's actually added to the answer for Udaran Prabhu's earlier question. And Gunali also, she's been so active when she's been here. And she was the head of the decoration. Now the decorations are down. She was the head of the decorations of the altar, the temple room, and so many things. And a good example for everybody. All devotees were a good example for everyone, but that was her speciality during the festival. All right. Anyone has the last thing to say?
Something in the chat.
Something in the chat. Click. Madhuri Lila of Cedar Rapids, which is in the United States. Oh, this is from earlier. Then very few of us can go long apart from our cumulative faith. Some this about strobe lights from the example before of Induleka Devidasi. And Yuvati had to go. Okay, she's also a very responsible lady, so she listened to the rest. And Lilavati in Israel, she's written in Russian. Can you translate that for us, Harigopal, maybe?
Yes, Maharaj, I will try. Can you hear me?
Grazie, we can hear you.
Okay. Dandavad, so the Lilavati Didi saying, Dandavad, dear devotees. Please accept our obeisances from Mayapur.
Oh, from Mayapur?
Please bless our camera parikrama with Dandi Maharaj. Tomorrow we are going to Nabad.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody can share a link or something perhaps, but yes, I'll certainly be interested to follow that. And bless means, from my side, I can happily send my well wishes and wish everybody there nourishing, joyful, perfect pilgrimage, because you're going to the place where Mahaprabhu's teachings have come. That golden volcano is there in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, the golden volcano of divine love, where Guru Maharaj and Gurudev have really given Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden message, the golden message of the golden Lord. And Chaitanya Saraswat Math is the home of our heart, not only for me, but for many of all our family, you can say. Surely their heart must be there. So Chaitanya Saraswat Math of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, and must go with somebody who can guide nicely. If we just go with our own eyes, what will we see or understand? So yes, Lilavati, all good wishes from us all here, and we look forward to seeing something of that camera parikrama. All right, so we'll let you all continue, and we're very, happy that you can share a little bit in the festival here. And your Latvian Keshavananda Prabhu, your Latvian now Pandita, Rasamoy Pandita Devidasi, and ourselves, and Paramanand, who wanted to come, but it wasn't practical to come this time. And so, you know, we all have heart for you, but you can see everyone's got heart for you, because from around the Russian-speaking countries also, which is also including Italy, Anutama Devirasi, she's there in Italy, and helping out while we're all here on this side of the world, helping out for the programs today. The kiosk is also open there. So well done. And Savitri from Switzerland, she's helping out there also. And so, dear devotees, we'll leave you peacefully, let you continue your devotional lives, and our definite appreciation to Udaram Prabhu for helping this all happen, and to Hari Gopal Prabhu for helping this all happen, and to each of you, because without you, we'd only be talking to a piece of metal and plastic. So we're very happy to have you all with us. And Indubala Devi Rasi, there in Italy. Hare Krishna. Yes, our hearts are with you. And next year, I think all of you know who are here on the Zoom, Paramanandaru is giving an open invitation to the whole world, to the opening of the temple here at this Kartik, beginning of Kartik time next year. So see if you can put a circle around the calendar and see what is practical for the devotees. Jai Shri Guru Devam Vishnupad Shri Bhakti Sangha Govinda Dev, Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad Shri Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. The Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. And all the assembled devotees ki Jai, unlimited devotees everywhere ki Jai, and our Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari. And Hare Krishna. And we're going to end with Hari Hari Nama Krishna. If you wish to stay, you're welcome to. And I'll change the settings on the microphone, so I hope it'll be okay. The mridanga and kartals must be a little bit, not a little bit, quite quiet for it to work for the listener. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Govinda Govinda. Change the microphone setting. Okay. So, yes, Surasamai Pandita will lead, and she'll be the Maranga player and the singer.
Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Oh, she sang a lot yesterday, and so has a sore throat. Okay. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Radha Shiva Sati Gaura Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakara Guna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Saprika Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundarju Navadip deities worshipped here in their picture form. Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai, and Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. And there's a very tall Tulsi from the base all the way up, you can see. Oh, where is she? Sorry, I'm not showing you Tulsi. It's difficult to see. This is the base. I mean, she's thin and very tall. Look and see. Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, and Jai Bila Govinda Ashram Ki Jai, yes, but Jai Shri Govinda Farm Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees here and the assembled devotees online Ki Jai. Latvia Zoom, so special thoughts, Latvia Shri Latvia Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. So all good things, yes, they're all waving to you, so I'll turn back so they can wave back too. Jai, Jai, Jai. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Jai. There you are, Sadhu-sanga. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Amra Ashi, Hari Hari Bol, Govinda, Govinda. Hare Krishna. Beautiful seeing you all. Jai, Jai.